Sacha, I guess the most obvious one would your perspective on what happened in the tunnel.
Nah, I'm done talking about what happened in Toronto. Season's over, and that's all that matters right now.
Sacha, Jesse, when asked whether this season was a success or failure, he said it was a success given the way the team grew over the course of the year. Would you agree with him?
I would agree that the team grew over the course of the year, and that we've set in motion, I think, some good building blocks for the future, especially for next season if we can keep the core group together and a lot of the young guys that got a lot of major minutes this year. I think from a trophy standpoint, then no, the season is not a success. We got close in the Open Cup. Unfortunately, we didn't win, but I think that was a good run that also will build a lot of experience for the future. A lot of great memories, a lot of great moments, but overall, when you don't win and you have the desire or the goals to be a champion, then of course it's not a success when you don't win.
Given his development this year, the way he played against Javinko, I mean, you've been on the national team. What do you think of Aaron Long and maybe the projections and his growth this year?
Yeah, I think his growth was really good. I think we saw a couple years ago when he came into preseason that he's got a lot of tools. I think over the course of the year, one of the more consistent central defenders in the entire league. So for his first year in MLS, I think he made tremendous strides. I was a bit disappointed not to see him brought into the national team in this game. I think he deserves a chance to be there looking at the rest of the roster. I'm hoping he gets called into January camp. I think he's deserved it. I mean, I don't even know if there's going to be a January camp, but if there is, I hope he's there. He's got all the physical tools. I think you can see when he goes up against some of the best players in the league that he can shut them down. He's a very good one-on-one defender. He never loses his battles. He's obviously very fast and very strong. He's got all the tools to be a very good center back, and I hope he can translate that to the national team.
Sacha, this is your first year as captain. I was wondering, how that experience was for you, and lessons that you learned about yourself, and maybe, how maybe your style differs from captain years past.
I think the term or the term captain or the guy who wears the armband gets talked about a lot when in actuality I feel like there's more than one captain on the team, and I feel like I've been the captain of this team for 3 years, not just this season. So for me, I don't think much changed. I'm asked to speak a lot more now when before I spoke, but not every game. For the most part, yeah, like I've said, for 3 years I felt like the leader of this team. So alongside myself this year, Bradley Wright Phillips and Luis Robles are, in my opinion, the 3 captains of the team. I don't know. I feel like every year of my, however, 12, 13 years, I've learned something along the way. This year, I know that just in tough moments, the guys are going to look to me to not only talk but lead by actions, and that's how I've been for my entire career. So overall, I think as the captain of the team this year, I was fine. There's always things to learn. I'm sure I'll get better next year.
With the way that the youth got experience, the way Royer made an impact, do you think next year, if some health comes back, that this team should not be expected to make another run and be at the top?
Yeah, I do think so. I think a big part of our team that we missed this year was Aurélien Collin. You miss him for basically the entire season, and you see all the success that we've had in the games that he plays. The statistics show that. Yeah, having hopefully a healthy Danny Royer for the entire season, I think we have a very strong squad. And then if you add Mike Grella back in next year, hopefully healthy, it's almost like signing a new player again, getting a good attacking player that you can count on for hopefully 10 goals and 10 assists, something like that Mike can bring the team. And then yeah, the sky's the limit. I'm very excited.
This team might be getting a little bit younger. Is it your hope that you're a part of that team moving forward for the next couple seasons?
Yeah, I mean, I like being here. It's been a very good 3-year period for my career, and I think also for the club. I think ultimately we've played for 9 trophies in the past 3 years, and we've only won 1. We got to an Open Cup final and another one and almost got there, but we didn't. But I think overall our home record, the way that we play here, the entertaining style of play that we have, look, we score a lot of goals, and then guys like Bradley Wright Phillips and Luis Robles and myself have had very successful parts of our career here in the last 3 years. So yeah, I really enjoy being here, and I hope that we can continue this thing.
Sacha, the team has done very, very well during the regular season here, but in the postseason, it seems that it's exactly in the opposite direction. Can you explain it? What happens? Is it a question of playing tight at home in the playoffs when there's a lot of pressure on you? Why do you think that is?
Yeah, I think the pressure has found its way into different players during the playoffs, especially when we play at home. And it's no one's fault, really. It's that everybody wants it so bad. Everybody wants to be the first group of guys to win the first MLS Cup for this club. Everyone wants that so bad, and sometimes you want it so bad that I think it drains you in a way. And then, of course, we have a fan base that's, like I've said before, long-suffering, and they want it just as bad as we do. And so when we play at home, I think that pressure has got to different players at different moments, and it has affected us on the field. And we play a little bit tight, and we don't play with that freedom that we play in the regular season, where we know we're just going to dominate almost every game we play here. And then every play matters. And so if you get an early chance and you miss it, and they go down, they get an early chance and they score, it's like this whole series is now tilted, and now you're playing behind the 8 ball. And yeah, we have to find a way to deal with it, as every team does. And it'll be interesting. I hope that we can get over that feeling and move on and bring the MLS Cup here like we all want to so badly.
Is that ultimately why you think the team didn't win anything this year? Or true?
I think the first half of the first leg against Toronto was just not us, and we felt it. And fortunately, we got into halftime 1-1, and then the second half, I think we put out a pretty good performance. But Giovinco does his thing on the free kick, and then ultimately we fail. In the Open Cup, I thought we had a great run. Sometimes playing on the road this season, at least, was the pressure was off us a little bit, and we were able to just go after things. And you could see that ultimately one of our best games of the season is Chicago away in the playoffs, and we played free. So we've got to find a way to harness all of our positive energy that we want so badly to win, and be able to do that while we're playing at home in the playoffs ultimately, because that's how we're going to have to reach the MLS Cup.
Sacha, thanks.
Thank you.
Cheers, guys.